Hey guys, GoldeeJR back with another live stream. Last time we finished the season of Titans franchise season 1. Well, I'm not gonna lie and say it went well, but we didn't do terribly. Got a close win against the Packers, took a few losses, got 2 wins in a row against somehow the Lions and the Patriots, and then took 2 losses in a row. Then had the game of the year against the Texans, then couldn't find any more victories except for the penultimate game of the season against the Jaguars where we won close. No blowout wins, but you don't need blowout wins. You don't even need wins. I honestly, I was expecting to win like as much as I did in my Patriots franchise, which was like 2 games. So I'll take the 4. I'll take the 5 wins. All right, let me make sure the stream is streaming, because if it isn't streaming, then how am I supposed to stream? All right, we got players to upgrade. I think it's probably just the one guy who went up to superstar. I can't remember who it was. It was somebody on our defense. Oh, it's Jerome Baker. Oh, so I looked at some of our stats, not all of them. And I've learned, for linebacker of the year. So Jerome Baker is the league leader in both tackles and tackles for loss. He has 148 tackles on the season. And now I used to go through stats by going to adjust lineup and looking at every single player. But I'm going to do what I do in ECU Dynasty and just go stats and awards and do it that way. But we'll start with yearly awards. Of course, nobody on the MVP list. In the AFC, which is where we are, Offensive Player of the Year, Pollard sadly couldn't make the top 10. Defensive Player of the Year, Jerome Baker was 3rd. Okay, we'll take it. And Landry was 5th. Hey, defense wasn't that great this year, but it did its job. No, do we even have an offensive rookie play? I'm not sure. We had Tavondre Sweat. Of course, he's not on here because he was terrible. Instead, Harold got a spot, so that's interesting. I'm not even going to look at best quarterback. Best running back, Tony Pollard 6th, because even though he led the league in rushing yards and was 2nd in carries, he just didn't have the touchdowns to back it up. Henry had like 5.8 yards to carry and 21 touchdowns. Best receiver, no. Best offensive, no way. Best defensive lineman, didn't happen. Best linebacker does go to Jerome Baker. Best DB, are we on the list? No. Best kicker, Folk was 5th. So he won one yearly award, best linebacker for Jerome Baker, so he led the NFL in 2 stats and won best linebacker. All right, we'll take it. So now I'm gonna check. What is it? It's probably in stats and awards. NFL record book. I don't think we're gonna have any records. All right, I don't. But I still want to check. I don't think I broke any records this year. Anything for 2024? Well, this would be 2025, I guess, because we definitely don't have Derrick Henry. Yep. So we're gonna have to be looking for 2025 stats if we broke anything, which the chances of that are like 0% chance. Yeah. Absolutely no records broken. Most likely is that we could potentially break like what receiving yards for a rookie in this game. Levis, I forgot he's on the record books. Rookie season, passing yards is not very hard at all. If I decide not to. Okay, no records, not very surprised about that, but it's time to actually get into season stats. Will Levis, 3,218 yards, 57 completion percentage, averaging a little bit less than 190 yards per game. 16 sacks in 17 games, honestly, actually isn't that bad. I checked NFL stats, and Bryce Young threw 38 interceptions, so I'm kind of fine with 20 and 18. Anyway, Tony Pollard, 303 carries, second in the NFL, 1,374 yards, first in the NFL, 4.5 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns. 2 fumbles. Which I don't think one of them were actually a fumble. I think it was like some weird Madden glitch. Tyjae Spears only carried the ball 64 times for 326. He probably would have had it closer to 90 if he wasn't hurt so much of the season. He averaged a little bit more than 5 yards to carry and a touchdown. Levis, 4 touchdowns, 3 fumbles on the ground, and Burks also had a touchdown and a fumble. I think the fumble was on the kick return, though. Ridley was a receiving leader in yards and touchdowns with 755 through the air and 6 receiving touchdowns. He had an 85-yard touchdown? Oh, is that the play against the Patriots? Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, Treylon Burks actually led our team in receptions, though, with 45. 631 and 5 touchdowns from him. I was hoping that might be enough to get him up to star, but it seems like that didn't happen. Conquo, 37 for 436 and 3 touchdowns. And Tyjae Spears, 41 receptions, which is actually a lot. 365, 2 TDs. Pollard, 352. So he had like about 1,600 scrimmage yards. Actually, I think that go up to 1,700 scrimmage yards. So a great season from Tony Pollard. Akine was decent for the short amount of time he was starting. As we move on to blocking. Most sacks allowed was, of course, Terrence Steele, right tackle. Latham only allowed actually 1 all year. So I guess he was probably our best lineman. Which is weird because I didn't feel like he was very good. And, of course, the league leader in tackles and tackles for loss, Jerome Baker. The only other guy to get 100 tackles is Amani Hooker, the slowest safety in the NFL, with 109. Tackles for loss leaders were Baker and Landry, which I decided Baker's probably the better player this year. He won a few awards. He led the league in 2 stats, while Landry led none, and 1 best linebacker. Landry was very good, though. 2 forced fumbles, 2 deflections, an interception, which was a game-winning pick 6. 11 sacks led the team. Simmons had 13 tackles for loss. Gibbons had 9. So Landry led the team by half a sack with 11. Baker with 10.5. Simmons with 6.5. Pretty much the only prominent sackers on this team. And we were not good at turning the ball over. I mean, I don't think 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 interceptions is terrible. I don't know. I mean, I could probably actually look at that. Team stats. Defense. Interceptions. No, I already see a couple teams that are behind us. But they actually gave us 11, so maybe I was miscounting. Anyway, so we're bottom 7 or 8, something like that. It's not good. 10 interceptions, 11 interceptions, not good. But our interception leaders were, I mean, I see 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, but whatever. Is it that? I don't know. So Mercury, Edwards, Hooker, and Sneed had 2, 1 for Murray and Landry. Deflection leader was Jerome Baker with 6. Forced fumble leaders, Landry with 2, Gibbons with 1. We recovered none of them, so we effectively had 11 turnovers all year. In 17 games. That's not good. We have to be able to turn the ball over way more frequently next time. Well, it's time to see who wins the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't really care. Eagles, Ravens. Of course, in real life, I'd rather Lamar win a Super Bowl than Jalen Hurts because I like Lamar more, but nope, it's going to Jalen Hurts, and players are already retiring. They're already done with their teams. Let me check here. Congrats to the Eagles in Season 1. We've got a lot of things to go through, okay. Because we've got upgrade players. We've got a player meeting. A press conference. Okay. This is going to be a very interesting week. Oh no, Ravens won. Maybe. I can't tell, man. This game is confusing me. Okay, no, the Ravens won. Okay. Good for the Ravens, I guess. I guess I technically represent the AFC, so I should be happy. All right, mock draft number. No, let's do retirements actually. We'll take a look at all the big ones. No one cares about Case Keenum. Stephon Gilmore, Patriots legend, retires. Wilson, Seahawks legend, retires. Taysom Hill, Falcons legend, retires because he always finds a way to score against Atlanta. Mario Davis, Cameron Jordan, Saints lose some key defensive players. Zach Ertz is gone. Eagles go. Kyle Van Noy was pretty good too. He retires. David Bakhtiari, one of the, I know Packers fans love him. I'm sure. Andy Dalton, one of the funnest players in the NFL. He's not Jameis Winston level, but he's definitely up there. He's not Ryan Fitzpatrick level either. He's probably like a B plus funny quarterback. Couple kickers and punters for the Jets. They lose Tyron Smith, not Tyrod Taylor. Mitch Morse, Graham Gano, Trent Williams. That's tough. Kirk O retires. That's probably good for the Falcons. That'll help them a lot with their cap. Brandon Graham, Darius Slay, Lane Johnson, all off the Eagles. Calais Campbell finally safe for Teron Armstead, former Saint, I believe. Joe Flacco retires with the Colts. Seems like that's the word QBs die. Andrew Luck, Matt Ryan, now Joe Flacco. Ryan Tannehill. I like Ryan Tannehill. He's cool. Levante David, good riddance. Kelvin Beachum. These are all free agents. So we didn't get any retirements. Okay. Jason Pierre-Paul, Patrick Peterson, Jason Peters, all retiring as free agents. J.D. McKissick, I remember him. He was former Seahawk. Julio Jones retires. Bruce Irvin. Anyone else? Jimmy Graham, Seahawks legend. Mason Crosby, Randall Cobb, a couple more Seahawks players. Packers players. Randy Bullock, DeJuan Brown, and seems like it's it. Of course, I want to check AFC South anyway. But no, we did have a player retire. It just didn't show it on the main page. Or I just missed Chris Collier. He retired after one season. I don't know who he is. But he's not on the team anymore, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I want to know what these are. Media availability and coach's office. I'm not very happy about that. I don't like how that sounds. But we will take a look at the mock draft. I should have the 8th pick, but I think the game gave me the 9th. Okay, no, they fixed it. Because I think it was like mock draft 3. I should have had the 8th, and they gave me the 9th. But they fixed it. I'm the 8th pick in the draft. I should be. They say I'm going to pick wide receiver. Is that going to happen? Possibly. We know his talent now. He's around 1 talent. This offensive tackle looks very good, but I'm not going to trade up to the number 1 spot. It's just going to take way too much. So wins or lose top 5 is round 1 to 2 talent. All right. Okay, I guess it's press conference time. Are they going to say, oh, sir, you didn't complete a single goal you set yourself up for? Well, I reached 4 wins. Hey, everybody, I know y'all might not be happy my first year as a coach. Coach, let's talk about the next few months. What's your plan for the upcoming off season? There's no specific plan. What do you mean, no plan at all? Oh, okay, I don't like either of these. We're happy with our talent? His current roster is going to be a playoff team? Of course, I guarantee it. We're going to the playoffs, baby. We'll check back at the end of the season and see how you did. Okay. You've guaranteed that you'll make the playoffs next year. Okay. One time I said I was going to win the draft. Plus overall player in the first round or first 2 rounds, or draft a 75 plus overall player in the 5th to 7th round. So I didn't want to go with that, but I also didn't want to go with the other one. I don't know about that one. I don't know if we're making the playoffs next year. I don't think it's impossible. Tony Pollard trusts me, though, so that's good. Who wants to meet, man? I don't really want to deal with you right now, whoever it is. Unless it's like a GOAT, like Jerome Baker, then I'll make time for him. Coach, I can't be at my best unless I have great linemen blocking for me. You're saying you haven't signed you? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to disagree with Tony Pollard. Come on, Coach, you know we need to upgrade. Now, is Tony Pollard wrong? I don't think he is. He's got some... Okay, he wants a guard. So, upgrade through free agency, trade, or draft. Specifically offensive guard. I promise to draft. I want to sign one because I'm probably going to trade for tackle. I mean, draft tackle. So, I'll sign or trade a left guard or right guard. We'll say 80 plus overall. He'll have... oh, man. 85 overall and 92 run block. This isn't happening, man. This is not happening. Pollard, I'm sorry, man. There's no way I'm going to be able to grab someone like that. Unless he's, like, very old. And if it's old, maybe I can find someone in free agency. It's not going to be easy, though. Alright, that was an interesting couple of promises I just made. I don't know how I feel about them. Upgrade players. Oh, it's a bunch of... Siaki Iko, we're finally signing him to the roster. What was he, from Baylor? Yep, I remembered it. See, I'm not a draft whiz. I don't like watch film or whatever, but I do remember players when I be making my mock drafts. But yeah, and I do remember Ika. Alright, manage staff. We're not even at franchise players. I mean, re-sign players yet. We're already 16 minutes through this. I really haven't been doing anything. I haven't had enough staff points all year. Because I haven't been playing well. What do I want to go for? I don't really care about this stuff. This is XP games, which I feel like you just... I mean, they're kind of useful, but... I mean, this would be nice, but... It's kind of hard to get to. And we've seen enough is decent, but I feel like I maybe have overrated it a bit, because... It's not as overpowered as I made it sound. Boost awareness on the offensive line. This guy's all, like, overall upgrades. I like this stuff for middle linebacker. I don't like our coordinators. I don't like our coordinators at all, actually. Alright, we'll do left and right. Oh, what is this? 5% on that. Okay, we'll do that. We'll get that. And we'll get both this, all these. Is there a way for me to fire my coordinator? Yeah, these guys both need to go. Alright. We're making a full change. Let's find let's find a offensive coordinator. All these guys will give me massive hiring bonuses. We've got Brian Callahan, former head coach. And he is sitting right there for the pickings. I want him. Alright, Malachi Callahan, now the Tennessee head offensive coordinator. And can I find another former coach? Oh, we found a few. Ooh, yeah, let me get a black coach in here. Let's get Todd Bowles. Alright. Let's see what they got. Alright. Let's get that already. I feel like this safe is used for a lot of different skills, because as you can see here, it's the same. Well, no, it's not the same safe. It's slightly different. Wait, are they even different? No, they're not different. They're actually exactly the same. He can boost juke move? Okay. Tackle. Finesse moves for free safety. Speed for cornerbacks. Okay. So I have more to spend now. Is this just a not interested thing? Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm gonna continue the trading upgrades. Alright. Spent a lot of staff points right there. And that's finally, I think, enough to move on to the next week. To re-signing players. 20 players ready to negotiate. I guess these are like practice squad players who are getting added. Well, no, I'm not giving you a 5th-year option for $20 million. Burks, I like you, but you're going to have to resign a regular contract. So you're giving me last chances for all these players, even though I already decided I didn't want to sign them. Well, now that I think about it, Folk hasn't retired. Oh, never mind. His ratings are bad now. 90 kick power. Okay, no Nick Folk. But I do think some of these younger guys at the top of the list might be worth it, like Andrew Booth. Like, maybe I could get him for like 2 years. He likes it. I mean, they like me. If they don't want to be here, I'm not going to sign them. Like, Cameron Latu? Nope, he says no. Franchise tag it is. I'm playing. No chance. Well, that's it. We're going to be losing a lot of players, so maybe going to be a big year in free agency because we didn't do much in re-signing period. I should maybe do this now before I forget. What do I need to do? Oh, sliders. I don't know why I went over here. Gameplay sliders. I need to like increase false start and lower offsides, or just like not increase false start by too much, but definitely lower offsides because it happens all the time. Okay, so we got free agency and we got combine results. Those first. Now, the tackles seem very draftable. Like only one is projected to go before my pick. Let's take a look at our favorites. Oh, Quincy Russell's a top 5 talent. Okay. That makes things very interesting. But I think he goes inside the top anyway. Let me check, hold on. Mock drafts. Where's Quincy Russell go? 1 pick before us. Wait, why'd the mock draft change? What is happening? Did they have me draft? Oh no, they did have me drafting receiver. Okay. Oh man, he's very good, but I don't want to pick receiver. And there's definitely linemen, decent linemen down the board. Well, how's my roster look right now? Let's see here. So, wait, who am I missing? I guess Dylan Radins, I didn't re-sign him. Stonehouse is our only other punter, so I definitely have to sign/draft a quarterback. Receiver has become a top need as Calvin Ridley has regressed a ton. So, actually, receiver might be a bigger need than no tackle if I can sign one. But I really want offensive lineman. Defensive back is a pretty big need. D lineman and probably 1 or 2 linebackers. So we have holes all over the team. We need at least 1 player for every defensive position. D-line, corner, safety, linebacker, and on offense we need linemen and receivers. So, and the reason I'm sticking with Levis is because it's not a great QB class. Okay. Greg Choice. Elite jumping. I don't think I care about that, but I like great strength. Oh, it just shows you them right here. But I don't really care about that. I would rather just look at them and see how much they rank instead of what they actually are. But Jeff Little's a 1 round of 2 talent that is actually around, or a projection that's actually around 1 talent. This is going to be a tough draft because I think I might have to trade up for Quincy out of UCF, which would mean I'd probably have to get back into the first round. And I can't trade Ridley unless I get, like, another pretty decent receiver in free agency. Because I can't just have Quincy Russell expect to win games. I promise to make the playoffs. But I do have 2 second-round picks, so it is possible to trade back into the first round. But I think we need to start seeing what we can do in free agency. Khalil Mack is here. I'm not, even if Mark Cooper was interested, I wouldn't. Kelly, can you be a guard, please? I need an offensive guard with 92 run block. I don't think any of these guys are going to fit the bill. They're actually pretty bad. But I wouldn't be against getting, like, Connor Williams at all, actually. I would actually love Connor Williams. Okay. Maybe we grab Jedrick Wills, too. I'm going to go for Connor Williams first. But I might sign both. And then just draft receiver. That's the top offer, hopefully. It is the only offer. And then for Jedrick Wills, also give him a very high offer, which beats out every other team. Now, receiver, the only guys who seem interested are these guys down here, which is Miko Hardman, who is a former Georgia Bulldog, Paris Campbell, and Tutu Atwell. They'd probably be a 4th string if we get Quincy Russell. It'd probably be Ridley, Burks, the rookie, and one of these 2. I mean, one of these 3. I'll give one of them a small deal. Paris Campbell's most interested, but he's also the oldest, if age even matters. But they're all the same overall. They all probably want around the same. They want the exact same contract, and it's probably not going to be Atwell because he has an offer. Let's just go with Paris Campbell here, probably on a 1-year deal. Only deal for Paris Campbell so far. I don't think I care about grabbing a tight end. And now we have to look towards the defense. Sam Hubbard has no teams interested. Golson has 1. D-tackle's pretty weak here. And right end is not great either. Josh Uche's young, though. Like, he's not... If he was started F, I'd be more interested. Aaron Browning. Joe Tryon Shoyink that's already in free agency. I think he just got drafted. That's probably not true, though. Yeah, a bunch of old linemen here that I don't think anyone's going to really want. Because I'm not really... I mean, I said I was going to win now, but I'm probably not trying very hard to win now. But our biggest signing might be attempting to grab Ernest Jones, which will be a competitive bid, definitely. But if you're not trying to make moves, then what are you trying to do? We're the top offer right now. And I think we only can go for 1 more player. No corners really want to be here that are worth anything. Same for the safeties. Dang, we've got to be a better team because nobody wants to be here. Oh, don't I need a kicker? I don't think I have a kicker, so that's probably going to have to be something I get. Does it tell you if you have one? Well, I'll try to get Will Lutz, I guess. I mean, if I do have one, I'll just cut the other one because Will Lutz is better. Will Lutz is better. So we are targeting 5 players: Ernest Jones, Will Lutz, Paris Campbell, Jedrick Wills, and Connor Williams. We have the top offer on all of them. And 4 of them make their decision. And we got Ernest Jones, Will Lutz, Jedrick Wills, Connor Williams. Paris Campbell is tempted by a way worse offer by the Jets. Okay. Well, okay, it's time to fix our roster. Khalil Mack went to the Falcons. They actually finally went out and got a pass rusher besides freaking Matthew Judon, who fell off. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Of course, I don't think Journey Best lineup works. Yeah, it doesn't work if you have reorder depth chart on manual, even though if you're choosing to do it, it's still manual, but this game is pretty stupid, so it doesn't realize that. So what's going to happen here is probably going to be one of these guys, one of these three move to outside. Who's good at, dang, 96 tackling for Ernest Jones. None of them are great run stoppers or pass rushers. So that makes this a little bit tough. But they're all very off-ball players. But if I change to a 4-3, then that'd be fine. So that's probably what I'm going to have to do. I don't really want to change to a 4-3, but if that's going to be what has to happen, so I can get all my good off-ball linebackers on the field. So we're going to have to change our scheme to 4-3. Hopefully, maybe some players will like this more. But actually, no, it seems like most people don't. It's not a great scheme fit, but it doesn't matter. We need our best players to be in the best position, and one of our better position groups is our linebacker group, so. So now we've got, so it'd be Landry at left end. You can restructure contracts, but I don't think that matters because we're not going to do anything crazy in free agency anyway. So we'll move him up. Oh, he's already there. Okay. Probably, yeah, Siaki is the next guy up there. Yeah, I still need that safety. And I don't know if I'm going to draft one. So, and then we got Givens at left outside linebacker and the other guy at right outside linebacker. Or whichever side, I don't care. I'm going to go to the first one I get to. Okay, well, you're right outside linebacker. Mr. Ernest Jones isn't wearing a stupid number either. What team was this guy on before? I don't know Ernest Jones. Like, I actually don't. Which seems like a pretty decent player for me not to know. I'm guessing, like, Giants or something. I don't know. I don't think it's Giants. The Seahawks. And then the Rams before that. Okay, I remember him being on the Rams, I think. Definitely not the Seahawks. So you're moving to the left outside linebacker. And you're definitely not wearing number 13. Baker's the only guy who's going to be wearing a number 17. That's because he was already on the team. You're moving to number 42. Okay. Oh, I still need to sign a QB. Okay. So okay, now I know what I need to do. I need to sign a safety, probably sign a D lineman, and sign a quarterback. Okay. Along with hopefully getting Paris Campbell on board. Justin Fields doesn't want to be here. So whoever I pick up here is going to be contending with Will Levis for the starting job. I kind of want to reach for Fields. I mean, Will Levis just isn't as good as him. So if I could somehow... That would take out so much of my cap. I don't know if I'm going to be able to... Yeah, and I'm still only giving him a decent contract. Yeah, I'm not going to go with Fields. Especially because I don't think he's long-term anyway. So it's going to be either Desmond Ridder, Josh Dobbs, or Jameis Winston. Okay. How about we do some other things before making that decision? Safety. Let's go find somebody. The only players who are interested are Eddie Jackson and Derek Forrest. We'll go with Forrest. Hopefully he doesn't ask for too much money. He doesn't. Alright, and we also need a D lineman. Specifically D tackle. BJ Hill's interested. And that seems to be it for decent players. I just need someone better than Siaki Ika there. If I could get Hill on here for cheaper than he actually wants, that'd be nice. So I'm down to $14 million. I still need a quarterback. It's going to be Winston, Dobbs, or Ritter. So Winston has that mentor, which I think is probably going to be a deal breaker for the other two. He's not very fast, but I don't think speed matters as much in Madden as it does. And he already has the bridge QB, while Ritter has future starters, so I don't want that to mess up anything with Ritter. You know, he really does want to be here. Joshua Dobbs has bridge QB, doesn't have mentor, but he's way faster. This guy, the person who I get is going to contend with Levis for a starting job. 85 throw power might just not. I don't think I'm going to be able to deal with 85 throw power. I think it's going to have to be Jameis Winston if he has a better arm. He does. Most teams are interested right now, so it's very possible that we can get him. Trying to lower the deal as much as possible while still having him be interested. So we're looking for Campbell, tied with the Texans for BJ Hill. Divisional battle there. And then Winston and Forrest have no other competition. So, is there any position that I could use this last $9 million on? I could have spent it on corner. Tight end could potentially use a third guy. And I should probably need a third QB actually, because I'm probably not going to draft one. Now that I think about it, the best option is probably just grab a really cheap not good quarterback. And I think Stetson Bennett fits that to a T. So we're going to give him a 1-year nothing contract. $1 million for Stetson Bennett. Let's see how that goes. We're his only offer, all right. But I've seen sometimes if you give them a really bad offer, they'll rather stay in free agency than sign with your team. Okay, well, the QBs, neither of them made a choice. And we got Derek Forrest. And we got Paris Campbell. But the Texans beat us for the defensive tackle. Okay, well, I'm happy with Campbell. Forrest is good depth. And going to have to go somewhere else for D lineman. Which isn't the worst thing ever. It's just like, Sam Hubbard's still here and nobody wants him. Maybe I just grab him. He wants to be here after all. But he's going to want money. Oh, that's the thing. He's going to want a lot of money. I don't want to give him this much cap hit. I'll give you more salary. I really don't want to give you a lot of cap. Like, I don't want this. He's okay with it. He doesn't hate the deal. So, this will be the last evaluation of the week for 2 quarterbacks and Sam Hubbard. 3 other teams have given worse contracts for Hubbard. The 2 quarterbacks are just wasting my time. No one else wants them, but they clearly don't want to be in Tennessee, which is fair. That's it for the first week of free agency. Oh, let's look. Any interesting players who did set anything important at the combine? A receiver showed up overweight. Interesting. Alright, it's time for mock draft number 5, the final one. Which, if it also says the Bucs are drafting that receiver, which it does, it looks like I'm going to have to trade up in front of them. Oh, but now it says Greg Choice is going 6. Oh. So I'm probably going to have to trade in front of the Bucs to the Patriots if I want Quincy Russell. And I'm going to have to trade back into the first round, probably to get another lineman. Because, like, Jeff Little goes here. Man. This is going to be a tough draft to win. We've got pro days. I don't think this is going to change my opinions of players at all. I want to see how the QBs are doing, though. Neither of them are really something I'm looking for. Yeah, like, I don't think either of them are any good. They're probably both, like, maybe 72 normal dev players. But, hey, this guy looks like he could potentially be good. He may be alright, but I'm still just not on the QB market right now. The only way I get one is if they fall into my lap somehow. So right now, the only player that we know is a top 5 talent is Quincy Russell. We know a few round 1 and round 2 talents. So, it's interesting. I don't know if I did the greatest scouting job this year, but I do have 3 more players I can focus on later. So that will also be something I have to look at. But, did we end up getting those 2 convinced? No. They're still here, and now Sam Hubbard's getting a slightly better offer. So what did I give him last time? I think I gave him like 6 million here and 3 million signing bonus. So we'll up that to 3.8 million signing bonus and see if that works out better. It doesn't. He wants more signing bonus probably. Well, 4.5, and I don't want to, but it's a 1-year contract. I think he'd be a decent player. You have the money, especially if Winston decides not to just say, all right, fine. But it seems like he doesn't want to. Anyway, let's look at some of these signings. Simmons to the Rams. Ryan Kelly goes. There's Garrett Bowles also goes to the Rams. Bobby Wagner to the Panthers. Camaro to the Cardinals. Texans are making moves. Havenstein, Morgan Moses to the Commanders. Then Commanders went all out. Rondell Moore to the Bears. Matthew Judon to the Colts. So there's like groups of teams that are signing people. But Cam Akers gets a running back in replacement of Camara. Drew Dahlman to the Chargers. Falcons didn't re-sign him. Elijah Mitchell to the Bears. Elijah Moore to the Eagles. Khalil Herbert to the Bucks. Diggs to the Colts. Then Colts and Texans are making moves. Where are the Jaguars? Where are they? I haven't seen a single. Okay, there's the Texans again. Jags, have y'all? There's another Colt, but I don't see any Jaguars. Looks like they're losing free agency right now. Schuster to the Raiders. Miko Hartman to the Vikings. Tutu Atwell to the Panthers. Xavier Woods to the Panthers. So Chargers, Panthers, Commanders, Texans, and Colts, and Cardinals have been pretty, and Rams have been pretty active. Saints, Vikings, yeah, it seems like for example, I haven't seen the Falcons do anything besides the Amari Cooper move. I haven't seen like the NFC North besides the Bears do anything. Which I think the Vikings have done a decent amount. But some teams are just kind of absent. Why'd I leave? I should have stayed. So, I want to see if there's anyone else I'm considering before moving on. I only have, basically $5 million, so I can't do anything with these top players. But I can't even think of a position that I'd want other than what I already signed for, like, depth. So, I think we're just going to move on from this. And, we get Winston. We got Winston, we got Hubbard. Alright, that's good. So, we got Winston. The D-line, I'm assuming. If I can find somewhere. Probably going to just be moved interior. Well, no, I think Simmons might actually get moved interior. Well, actually, no, I don't want to look at depth chart. Actually, I do need to for some positions, but... Because, like, Winston isn't even here. Why do I have 2 punters? Here's Paris Campbell. Right now, we'll put him below Burks. He might not play. And I don't know if I need Ridley anymore. Because if I draft the receiver, it'd be Campbell, Burks, and the rookie. And then Ridley would kind of be like... I mean, he's a star dev, but he's not even better than Paris Campbell. So actually, I'm thinking about maybe including Ridley in a deal for extra picks. It probably won't be much. But now thinking about it, Ridley's probably not staying on the team. He just can't stay on any NFL rosters anymore. Because now they got a player who's equally talented and younger, and he has an insane cap hit. Hold on, wait a minute. What did y'all sign Calvin Ridley to? Oh my God, what is this? Why is he getting paid $25 million a year? Oh my god. Did the Rams just end the dynasty, the freaking franchise? I can't get rid of him. I have to keep Calvin Ridley because if I trade him, he put me in cap hell for like 2 years. Well, I guess Ridley's sticking around, and we'll just have 4 receivers. Alright, let me fix this offense, though, actually. I'm struggling a little bit now. Probably could sign another running back, but it's not necessary. So we grabbed a center, Connor Williams, which honestly is probably going to move the guard, actually. That's what's going to happen. So Connor's going to move the guard, and then our new tackle is going to be Jedrick Wills. Wait, I thought he was... Oh, he's playing down. Heavily. Okay. Let me do some things here. No, I went back to the depth chart instead of just lineup. Okay, because... now, and Tony Potter's just not going to be happy. I don't know what to do with him. He's just doing too much. So, yeah, he is better. He's just playing down with morale right now. Where did I put my guy, Connor Williams? I didn't move him up. Okay. Go to NFL rosters and change it to right guard. Or I can move Cushionberry, but it doesn't really matter either way. Actually, I'd rather have the better player at guard because I run. I could immediately restructure his contract for $1 million. I don't think that matters at all. I don't like... Okay, you can work for... I think I might still need... I'm still going to draft the O-lineman. I guess I'll move John Ojukwu to, like, guard or something. Just to even out my O-line. You're a guard now, sir. I don't know if you're good at it, but it doesn't really matter because you're never going to play for this team anyway. And I'm probably going to move also Jalen Duncan. Wait, why is Will still listed? Okay, I'll just list him at right tackle. Actually, that'll make it simpler. Bum. Okay, so now I can move probably Frere to left guard. He's terrible. I can't wait to get him off this team, but I'm just gonna wait for his contract. Unless I can just... No, it's not worth it. I was saying, unless he gives me like a lot of money for cutting him, I'd definitely do it. Left guard for Frere. Or Frere? I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. And so what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna move... So the tackle duo is gonna be Simmons and Sweat. Alright, so Simmons is moving to D tackle. He is a run stopper, so it makes sense. Kind of small, but I don't think size matters that much in Madden. I'm not sure if it does, but what would I do if his structure got his what's up, dude? Okay. So I can just I'm gonna move Hubbard to right and D-line's still very empty. Probably gonna have to sign another one. I don't want to, but especially if I don't draft one. I'm not gonna fix my roster yet. Any more of it at least. Let's see if I can find a very cheap edge rusher. What? Yeah, edge rusher. Okay, these guys have green. Oh, John Kaminsky, former Falcon. How much money? You want a ton of money, especially for not being any good. Okay. These are going to be my last two offers, unless Stetson declines, which he has not shown any interest in actually becoming a Titan. It doesn't really matter though. I'm trying to see if I recognize any of these names that they're talking about. DJ Drake is a crazy name. Cedric Bradley sucked. A tight end was good, but I don't care about tight ends. Okay. On to the final week of free agency, which I don't think is going to be happening much. Much is going to be happening. Just going to probably check if Stetson signs, but I don't think he's going to. I just don't think he clearly does not. Oh no, he either signed or declined. Okay, Stetson Bennett's a Tennessee Titan too. This is going to be our class. All right. No more moves in free agency. I don't have the money to do anything else. So it seems like I'm going to be forced to trade up like 2 spots in the first round and then trade back into the first round. Seems like we're so done with all the receivers, and there's some decent ones, talent-wise. Was that talent? Yeah, it was talent. I know I was that close to signing all the receivers. That was receivers my national scout. I guess it was. Which now in hindsight makes sense because, well, Ridley, I wanted to get rid of him this year. It doesn't seem like it's going to be able to happen. Because his contract is insane. I can't wait to get rid of him somehow. Hopefully he retires early or something because $28 million a year is insane for someone of his skill level in this game. Nothing else to do for this week. I mean, I could finish the depth chart, but I don't think that's going to help too much. We already saw most of free agency, so I don't... Okay. Cole Holcomb just got traded. That's kind of random, right before the draft. I'm not gonna check free agency recap. I already looked at most of it, and we gotta go with private workouts. For this is mostly I use it for later players, like guys I already like second, third round players that I don't know much about, because most of these players, even in the first round, I don't know about. But I mean, what do we got here? We got some decent potential guards. We got Joshua Starks here. I don't know any... Oh, I probably do know things about him. It's just that... Well, we'll go... Well, he's projected to be a round 1 to 2 player. Nothing about 24 players on my board is kind of low. Maybe I should add some more. We'll go through every position here. Even quarterback, even though I know none of them are worth drafting. I mean, I guess B, deep accuracy, B, throw under pressure. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to find a reason to add him. Well, if he has good to great throw power, maybe. Elite throw power. Okay, I guess that's good enough. Spitzer's getting added to the board. Does not mean I'm going to draft him. Just means that he's on the board. That's all it means. A carrying a break tackle for Glenn Huffman. We'll add him. Later receivers. How about that? A catching A to B awareness for... Oh, I already had Carmichael on the board. Oh, he has around 1 to 2 talent. Could be 2 receivers we grabbed this year. I'm not going to add any more receivers. Tight ends. I don't care about tight ends. We've already added a ton of offensive linemen, but not really guards. But those guards suck, so I'm not surprised about that. B pass block. Oh, actually, the center looks pretty good. Brian Andrews. So I'm really drafting linemen for the future, because I did pretty decent in free agency for offensive linemen. It's just that a lot of these guys aren't going to be future linemen for me. I think a lot of these guards on this side look pretty decent at least. It's like I know a decent amount about some of these guys. A play rec. B power moves. This guy's got A finesse moves. We got a couple B's later in the draft. You've got 2 B tacklings and undrafted, but they're probably not any good. I've seen one. Actually, why do all these earlier off defensive linemen have A tackle? This is a run tackle. I mean, run stopper with B power move, so he's not too bad. This guy's got A's for block shedding and tackling. Also, I don't take too much stock in the A's and finesse moves and power moves because they're actually decently common. Like, not common, but that doesn't mean anything for their overall, honestly. And I don't care about elite change of direction. Any interesting blockchain ratings for these run stoppers? Not really. Don't want to waste too much time on this, but there's nothing wrong with a long live stream every once in a while. I don't even know if it's been long. Well, no, it's already been, like, what, over an hour? Yeah, so it's been a little bit of a long live stream. How long was our first? Okay, this guy looks decent. Well, does he? Probably not. Okay. He has A zone, so we'll keep him. DB is interesting because I don't think I'm gonna pick it at all. Unless I end up still picking Kilgore. I mean, I know he's decent. B zone, A press, A catch, A tackle for trap. And then safety's a spot where I probably need to get it, actually. Despite me not thinking so earlier. B zone for this guy down here. Nothing special here at free safety, honestly. And then at strong safety, which I have a couple players marked at strong safety. I think he's just guys with good hit power. But no, this guy's got good hit power, and he's not on my board. But he has bad zone. So. This guy's got A to B, and he's all the way down here with A injury, which I don't think A injury is going to matter at all. Alright. I think that's enough players. It's probably around 30-something. I don't think I added a crazy amount. $36. Who do I want to learn more about? Probably some of these guards, right? At least one. I want to see if Greg Choice is one of those guys. I want to know exactly how good he is, honestly. Where's Greg Choice? Here he is. Select. Do we go out on a limb and go with the quarterback? Sure. And then let's go someone a little bit higher up the board. I said I was going to go with one of the offensive guards. So let's do Guerrero. So we're going to go with Eric Guerrero. What's the receiver that I said I want to know more about, though, right? Maybe I'm tripping. I think it was Carmichael. No, it wasn't Carmichael. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe. Okay, yeah, I think I'm tripping. Those will be our three. It's going to be a tough draft, because if the Bucks... If someone else just picks the receiver before me, I don't know what I'm going to do there. I might end up trading down there in that scenario. Alright. Let's take a look at our three focus players first. Or private workouts. So it was Guerrero, who is he's a top 5 talent. Okay. Interesting. And then we've got, it was Choice, who is a round 1 talent, and Spitzer is actually a day 3 talent. Okay, with that knowledge in hand, it's time to head into the NFL draft. Here we go.
Every career starts as a dream, a belief that someday you'll join the greats and line up next to them on the same field, in the same league. That dream required incredible sacrifice just to even make it to this point. For the coaches and teams of this league, they dream of the right player that changes everything for their franchise. Tonight, those dreams collide. Welcome to Madden's NFL Draft.
Oh my god, the Broncos immediately picked. And isn't that an offensive tackle? I can't remember. I think Gabriel was a tackle. I really just can't remember, but. Or is he a D lineman? Seems like a pretty big guy. Next time, don't interrupt me. April is O lineman. Raiders, go with Grayson. Panthers, with the 3rd pick, go with Morgan. I'm not sure who these players are, actually. He's a tight end. Picking tight end at 3 is insane. Giants up next. No quarterbacks have been picked yet. Are the Giants going to be the first team to do it? They select Brad Williams at 4. Next is Los Angeles. And they select the quarterback. Devin Mann goes to the Rams. And now Patriots now. I didn't expect to be picking receiver in the first draft of this, or at least with the 6th pick or anything. But I can't ignore talent, and that's what we're facing here. It's only a trade up of 2 spots, but these CPUs know how valuable a top 10 pick is. So, we're going to see how little we can get away with. Oh, that's it. A 1st and a 4th is enough to trade up 2 spots. Alright, well, makes it easier to trade up later. And you know who we're going with. To jump in front of the Bucks and select Quincy Russell. Needs to work on simple concentration drops, exceptional body control. That's a lot of positive things besides the first thing. Good speed. He ran a 4.39 and a 4.35 at the pro day. A catch in traffic, B medium route, A release, A catching, A spec catch, A short route. The only thing you question is his deep route running. Here we go. First pick of Titans franchise. Quincy Russell, receiver out of UCF. Welcome to the team. Quincy Russell was ranked number 1 in true value. You draft him at number 6. NFL ready pass catcher, strong hands to make catches through contact. Consistently bailed out QBs with spectacular catches. He has hidden dev. Is there a chance he's generational? I think there is. So now we're put in a very interesting spot because I still want to pick O-line in the 1st round. Sadly, by picking Russell, players like Windsor and Choice are off the table. Heck, even Forbes might not be possible, but he's not good anyway. I mean, who's it going to be? It's probably going to be Guerrero, who we trade up for now, right? But I like Jeff Little a lot, too. So, These two, actually, maybe I could wait. It's hard to say because I didn't pay attention to the later rounds. Actually, I think like Little was picked like 24th in the mock draft, something like that. I don't think the Chiefs picked him. Actually, I mean, anyway, maybe I just wait for one to get picked and pick the other. But I don't want to miss out on a top 5 offensive guard. Is there a way to make that thing only for like the first pick in your picks? There probably is. The cutscene for a draft. Because I don't want to have to skip it every time. Dev trait. Draft. Okay, let's do, I guess, limited. We'll see how that affects things. Because I don't want them to say, maybe they'll only do it for like the top players in the draft or something. I don't know. Patriots. Also the okay, so they picked Windsor. They still got a tackle. It looked like they were going to pick one. I traded in front of them. Well, I traded with them actually. Bucks end up going left end instead of receiver after losing out on Quincy Russell. James Booth goes to the Browns. Offensive linemen are flying off the board now. Cardinals pick Silas. So, oh man, okay. Tackles are actually flying off the board. Choice would be next. I'm not going to trade up for Choice, sadly. I would love to. I'm not going to. But it makes it so if I want... I mean, there's still a few offensive tackles before Little if I end up getting him instead of Guerrero. Okay. Next, LaMarcus Forbes. Left outside linebacker. Right outside linebacker, actually. Out of Auburn. And there goes the second quarterback. Corin Graham, who actually seems like he has some decent traits. I decided to pass on QB this year. We'll see if that comes to bite me in the butt. But still no Greg Choice. The Bills select Zach Selvey. Jags select Greg Choice. There he goes. Oh, and actually, Selfie looks like a very good cornerback. Corner was never in my... Oh, yeah, Greg Choice is a good player, man. He's got to be. But I also believe that Quincy Russell's the best player in the draft. Mick Nicholson for the Packers. And Martin Ingram for the Commanders. So we're now officially halfway done with the first round, and Nicholson looks great. So Forbes still on the board. Flynn is in front of my boy. Where is he? He's still very... Yeah, Guerrero's still very far down the board. Like... And they still got a guard in front of him. So, hopefully... Well, 2 guards. But if it gets to, like, 22, I'm going to start getting very nervous about him. Robert Ridley out of... I don't know. Out of Clemson gets picked. And he's a elite-looking defensive tackle. Elijah Coleman goes to the Eagles. Left end, A tackling, B power moves out of Clemson as well. Texans go with Jeremiah Forbes. He's finally off the board. So now if you're looking for O-linemen, your direction probably goes towards the guards. Saints select Malachi Sherman out of Oklahoma. Next are the Lions, and they select Chris Barker. He looks pretty decent, especially for a later first-round pick, as we move on with our draft board. Okay, so Flynn is the next guard. Then you go down the Herring. Then you go even farther down the Guerrero. I think the second one of those 2 go off the board is when I'm going to trade up for Guerrero. Chargers select Anthony Gilliam, offensive tackle, who's not a guy I really looked at intensively, but he does seem like he has good run block power. 49ers select Frank Allen, running back. Okay. I didn't scout him at all, so I really don't know anything about him. Out of Wake Forest. Chiefs select Joe Flynn, and I think that puts us in a spot, because now you're risking it 50-50 between the offensive linemen. And I don't like the Cowboys, but sometimes you just gotta make moves. Okay. What am I going to do for that first round pick, sir? So they say next year first, next year second, next year fifth, or a first 2 years down the line, a second, and a fourth. Actually, like 2 years down the line, I should be good. Only one of my 2 second round picks, and a fourth round pick 2 years from now. And is that my better second round pick? It is my better second round pick. Can I, like, oh no, it's my worst second round pick actually. I'm going to do this actually. Let's make the deal. For the Cowboys' 25th pick, I'm trading away my 2027 first and fourth rounders and my second round pick.
We have a trade alert. This pick has been traded.
The Titans trade up to number 25, the second trade up this draft, into the first round to select Eric Guerrero out of Penn State. A pass block, B run block, 6'4", 313. Good strength. He's a pretty good prospect. I don't think his athlete is what we're looking at, though. I think it's his talent and his amazing pass blocking for a guard. Here we go. Eric Guerrero. A+. Eric Guerrero was ranked number 3 in true value, and you drafted him at number 25. Excellent pick. Highly intelligent blocker, great pass blocker, understands leverage when defending power moves. Another hidden def. Maybe at a guard, your best critique is that you want more strength. That's valid if you think that way. So we didn't get number 2. I think number 2 could have easily been someone like the tight end. I'm not really sure. It could be Greg Choice, but I think he was round 1 talent, so probably not him. Man, so I don't know who's number 2 in true value. I'm not really sure. So our next pick is number 40. So we're about 14 picks away till we can go again. Then we've got a third, no fourth, a fifth, and a sixth. So we've got 3 more picks to work with this year. No longer do we have that first round pick 2 years from now. Matter of fact, 2 years from now, we're completely drained. And honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because there's going to be 14 of these players are going to be gone. Shaquille Purnell, hello. But I don't think I feel strongly about any of these guys except for Little, and I'm okay with losing Little because I signed a couple linemen, I drafted a lineman. Like, I think I'm completely fine going to my next pick. Which is a risky thing to say a lot, but let's go through the rest of this first round. I don't want to simulate till I get past the first round. Max Roby, left end for Indianapolis, out of Alabama. I think I heard about him having a good combine from the storylines. Colts pick up on that and pick him up. And there goes Jeff Little. 13 points after Greg Choice. And I love both of them, but neither of them end up being a Titan this draft. Bengals go with Travis Greer, who I don't think is someone I looked at offensive tackle much. Or at all. He's out of Alabama as well. Steelers picking right after their rivals pick James Byer. A spec catch there. That's all I know about him. He's out of Vanderbilt. Atlanta picks Gilbert Gilmore, cornerback, out of Florida State. They did sign Khalil Mack. Jets select Jerron Poe, a receiver I was looking at, out of UCLA. And the Ravens with the last pick in the first round select Dylan Herring, seems like a offensive lineman out of Michigan. I'm still fine waiting till my pick, so. Jerron Dobson goes to the Broncos. Mike Gardner goes to the Raiders. what was that name? Something Judge goes to the Bears. A lot of D linemen. Giants select, what does that say? Matt Whitfield. And then Panthers select Damian Wallace, another D lineman. Patriots select Alan Phelps, cornerback. I think he had a storyline. And Bobby Moss goes to the Bucks, and we're back on the clock with the 40th pick in the NFL draft. Let's see. So we've got Joshua Stark still on the board, and I do kind of need safety. Got a few safeties still here. How are my favorites looking? I think O-line is something that we're not going to touch unless it's like later in the draft now. Sadly, even though I am targeting a lot of safeties, none of the safeties I know their true talent. So I'm probably going to have to actually just look at them. So first we got Deontay Nails out of Michigan State. He's got A hit power, B tackle, C zone, C man. Solid speed. Has a few notes. Doesn't look amazing. But A hit power is always something I look for with safeties, alright. Who else do I got at safety? I've got... Oh, he's day 3, though. Dwayne Atkins. Or Akins. And the other safeties also... Okay, so this is the other possibility. Is Joshua Starks. He also has A hit power, B tackle, C man, and zone. Has, I think, maybe identical. But he has elite strength and great speed. I think that's going to probably be the tiebreaker. I do need safety. Let's pick Joshua Starks out of Michigan. Wait, were they both out of Michigan? So it was a good pick. He was ranked 76th in true value. I drafted him at 40. He has great hit power. He's decent in zone coverage and is a good tackler. He is hidden with 91 speed. Alright, we'll take it. Hidden is always a chance to develop a player, even if it is just star dev. And so our next pick is until the 4th round, I think? Or no, I think it is in the 3rd round, then we don't have a 4th round pick. Yeah, so we have a pick 32 picks away from now, then we have the 5th and a 6th. Let me take a look at my lineup. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Got my receiver. Still thinking about the quarterback later. I mean, O-line looks pretty good, man. I told you this lineman that we picked was probably going to be for the future. Well, it counts on how his overall is. And then we picked our safety. Linebackers look decent. I think everything else, maybe corner. Corner could be Joey Kilgore. I think we're going to go to our next user pick. Here we go. All the way to the 72nd pick. They just picked Matt Lewis. It says middle linebacker out of Texas. Is Kilgore still here? He is. Anyone who with okay, so you got Zeke Elliott, who's actually around 2 to 3 talent. He doesn't even look good though. And do I want another receiver? I don't think I do. I really don't think I do. I was thinking about Kilgore, B-man, D-zone. 23 years old. He's actually the fastest cornerback still available. I'm not going to settle on him yet, but he is on my radar. And corner was my number 1 thing, so it's probably going to be him. But then we've also got Braxton Trapp here. It's a zone with seemingly better ratings. I mean, he's got worse kick return, but he has, which no one cares about. He has potentially better hit power, better tackling, better catching, better press, and has just B zone instead of B man. So that's very interesting. And he has better discipline out of Penn State. Way less athletic though. Well, stronger and better at jumping, but slower. I don't know if there's going to be a good tiebreaker here, but he just has the better ratings, it seems like. But speed, yeah. We'll go with Braxton Trap. We'll go Braxton Tap here. Let's go. Okay, so he was ranked 73rd in true value. And I drafted him at 72. Of course, he's a zone corner and has a good punch and press coverage. We know that. And dependable tackler. And he has hidden. Looks like we made the right choice. Of course, we'll never know until we look at Kilgore, but... And I think I'm fine with moving all the way to the 5th round. I mean, I don't think I had any players that I was really interested in that couldn't be drafted here. DJ Drake just got picked. I didn't pay attention to him. So for favorites, the quarterback is actually gone. I don't think I care because I don't think he was good, but I think it's interesting that he got picked a little bit early. So all we got left is Russ Reed, who was an offensive lineman, Grant Donald, who's worse than his true talent. He has a spectacular catch. He actually doesn't look terrible. His route runnings are just bad. And then we've got Bradley Watkins over here. So I guess I should look at both of these tackles and go more in depth here. So he was a day 3 projection, B for he's just not a good run blocker. He's a decent pass blocker, terrible run blocker. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go with him here. And then we've got Reed, who was the other guy I was looking at. He's undrafted projection. Looks probably a little bit better than the other guy, Russ Reed. But, he has no athleticism, which means probably not going to be good. And then it was the receiver, Donald. Which actually, these guys have better talent than both of them. James Samuel and Najee Steele. A spec catch for Steele, which is not unique, but along with the talent discrepancy, he could be our guy. Elite jumping, poor speed. Oh. Poor speed is like, probably not. And there's just no reason to draft receivers that aren't fast, or at least have 91 speed, I'd say. This guy's got decent speed. Doesn't have anything spectacular about him, though. I'm feeling trade down. Of course, it won't be a big trade down. It'll probably be for picks next year. What do we got? So we got a 6th this year, and a 7th, and a 6th 2 years from now. A 4th next year, which is probably what I want. Like a 4th next year seems pretty reasonable. And some people want to strictly trade down, which of course doesn't make sense. Oh, okay, here I get a 4th next year and a 7th next year, so that's probably the best deal. Well, no, I got one from the rate. No, that's different. But no, it's not different. It's the exact same, pretty much. Okay, so got some options. Probably gonna be a 4th and a 7th next year, though. And what was the worst team out of those? Steelers, probably, in simulation. Alright, Steelers, we'll make the deal.
The current pick has been
And we'll move all the way to the 6th round as we reach our final pick in the draft. Now, I doubt that any of my guys are still here. So I haven't picked a non. Okay, so we've got Reed and we've got Donald. I'm gonna go with Russ Reed, probably. He's got no physicals. Actually, I'm probably not because I want to at least see if I can try and get a hidden dev somewhere. And Donald, nothing really good about him besides the 8-spec catch, which means nothing. And we already know he's day 3 talent, and this is his day 3. Maybe I can find a running back who looks decent or something. A ball carrier vision. B break tackle, B truck. We'll go with this guy. Most likely Jalen Harding, elusive back. Sure. What's up, dude? Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it very much. Oh, I almost dropped my phone. Okay. That was not fun almost. And it literally just showed me a notification that says you just subscribed, so it's definitely true. And so Harding was actually, I don't know why he was ranked so, like, it's an average pick. I picked him 40 picks above his projection. He is normal, so he'll be our only normal def player. Has no speed. I didn't really expect it. But hey, he's decent. So that is it for our draft. Let's see how we did. Well, we're an 83 overall team right now. We're very low in the cap. It's time for a draft recap. Oh, wow. Quincy Russell, 83 overall. And he's wearing number 23. He's immediately a bust. Being for real, though, 98 spectacular catch with 85 release out the draft, 92 speed, great catching all around, great short and medium route running. Could work on his deep. He has 35 injury. Did I miss like some sort of storyline that he's going to be injured every week? Let's see if I wrote. I don't think I wrote anything about him. I wrote Alan Phelps, Jerron Poe, Von Carmichael, Zeke Elliott. Yeah, I didn't see anything about him being injury prone, but 35 injury definitely isn't what you wanted to see, or I wanted to see for that matter. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt too much. But what I will say is that he's not wearing number 23. I can tell you that right from the jump. Really, I mean, he had so many choices, and he chose number 23. Who was number 1? Yeah, Quincy Russell's an absolute beast out of UCF. Maybe the next Amari Barber. And then we got Eric Guerrero, right guard, out of Penn State. He's also a very good player. Actually, he's probably good enough to start day 1, because 78 overall is insane. 82 pass block power, 84 pass block finesse. His weakness is run blocking, but his actual run block rating is 74, so it's not terrible. He's a very good player. All right, there's no reason to drag this out. Eric Guerrero, great offensive lineman. Good thing I picked him instead of the tackle. We'll see how good the tackles are. Then we got Joshua Starks, who was picked in round 2 and was a 72 overall. 91 speed. Coverage isn't great. 68 man. 71 zone is decent, I guess. But not crazy coverage guy. He has good hit power at 86, though, and I think he was definitely worth the pick. Actually, what is Russell? Is he a leader or something? He's an entertainer. Of course he is. He's a diva receiver. And next we've got Braxton Tapp, who I picked over Joey Kilgore. He's also hidden dev, 91 speed, 77 zone. I did not expect it to be that high. With 95 jumping, only 66 man though, so it's a huge jump off. Seems like a pretty good player. And probably will end up playing immediately. And finally, we selected Jalen Harding in the 6th round out of Western Michigan, and you're just not wearing number 39. It's just not happening. That's such a terrible number choice. Well, if you want to be unique so much, you can wear number 40. There you go. Since you want to wear some stupid number, you can wear number 40. But let's actually take a look at him. Only 5 picks in this draft. That's crazy, because I had like 7, I think, at the start. 87 speed isn't great, but he has 80 trucking. He's just a mid running back, honestly. At least he has 60 more injury than my starting W receiver has. Now, if I look at the draft as a whole, the first pick was Montrell Averill. Oh yeah, I said number 2 might have been that tight end. He is. Terrence Morgan, probably the next Kyle Pitts. He's kind of insane. Day 1 starter, 85 speed, 87 catching, along with actually pretty good blocking. 85 spec catch. I mean, I'm expecting X Factor, right? Out of Arizona State. He's left-handed, too. He is X Factor. That means Kilgore has to be... Not Kilgore. That means my guy, Russell, has to be, because he's higher overall. Alright, let's look. So, who else was I considering picking? Windsor was a 74. Silas was a 72. Graham was a 72. What was the other quarterback? 70. Okay. Not as I thought, not good QB class. Selvey was a 77. Greg Choice was a 75. And Forbes was a 72. So I did pick the best lineman, I think. Let's go to overall ratings. So it was Russell, then Morgan, then Guerrero. So I picked 2 of the top 3 players in the draft. That's pretty good. And then, I mean, the next lineman is Averill, who's the first pick in the draft. I think that's a win. But what I do want to see, I want to see Kilgore. I want to see where he ended up going. Because I picked the corner in round 4, right? I think, I can't remember. No, I didn't. It must have been round 3. Yeah, there's Tap, and then Kilgore fell. All the way to the last pick of the 3rd round. And he was a 70, so he wasn't much worse, but it was only normal. So it's good that I chose the other guy. 75 man, 63 zone, 92 speed. I think I did great in this draft. Honestly, I mean, I kind of went off. I went crazy. I don't think there's anything else I need to check out either, so... I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I mean, elite draft class here. Despite only having 5 prospects, 4 of them have a chance to start immediately. Of course, I'm going to have to actually fix this depth chart before preseason. I'll probably do that off camera. But make sure to like the video and subscribe just like that TCU Gamer Boy did. If he's still watching, thank you for that. But I hope to see you guys next time. Adios.